we go ahead, everyone? Now, imports under GST. People over here, imports under GST. You already know imports. Goods, you know. Imports under imports. So, sir, imports can be of goods. Imports can be of service. What are the two types of import which can be there in India? Imports can be of goods. Imports can be of service. Let's go ahead and understand now imports under GST, everyone. Please come to your chart. Everyone over here now. Imports under GST. Import can be of goods. Import can be of service. Can you tell me importation of goods means what, everyone? Bringing from outside India into India is importation of goods. Can you connect to this now? In India, in customs, we have learned that when you come within India means when you come within the territorial waters of India. Because importation of goods, GST, custom duty will come and GST will come under the Customs Act. Are you able to connect to this chapter now? Next. Everyone, importation of service means supply of service. People, supplier is outside India. Location of recipient is in India. And place of supply is also in India. Then it is importation of service. Now what I'm giving you is a complete linking. Slowly your GST is getting linked everywhere. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, sir, importation can be of goods. Importation can be of service. Importation of goods, as per article number 269 in your first chapter when you read, article number 269 says, from outside India, when you get the goods into India, it is interstate supply. When you read your section number 7.2 of the IGST Act, nature of supply ka chapter, there you will see section number 7.2 mein it is written, importation of goods till the goods cross the custom frontier is what? Interstate. So Baba, it is always interstate supply and IGST should come. But import pay, the IGST which is there is collected under the Custom Act on the value which is determined under the Custom Act. What is the value under Custom Act on which IGST is collected? The 8 ka value. Do you remember, everyone? That's it. So, sir, section number 5 of the IGST Act, there is a proviso. Section number 5 mein, there is a proviso. Have you seen that proviso, everyone? It's a, hey, go to your section number 5 of your charge of GST ka chapter. You will see over there, corner mein, there is a proviso which says IGST will be levied, collected under section number 3 of the Custom Act. Baba, do you remember? Section number 3(7) of the Custom Act talks about IGST ka levy. Yes, everyone. And on the value which is determined under 3(8) or what is 3(8)A, everyone? Bond to bond transfer. In case of bond to bond transfer, 3(8) ka value or transaction value, whichever is higher, that is told by whom? 3(8)A. People, are you able to connect to this now? Everyone over here now. Next, when is it paid? And it is paid when all the custom duties are levied under section number. People, importation of goods means bringing from outside India into India. Importation of goods is interstate supply as per Customs Act also. And as per GST Act, it is interstate supply. When you read section number 7.2, when you read article number 269, it says importation of goods is interstate supply. Interstate supply, IGST will come, but this IGST will be levied and collected under the Customs Act. Can I go ahead, everyone? When other custom duties you pay IGST also. Do you guys recall, everyone? Next, and sir, post payment of IGST along with the custom duties based on the bill of entry, you can take the input tax credit. Which bill of entry? Which you file for home consumption under section number 46. In that bill of entry, you pay the IGST. If you have the bill of entry, you can take the ITC. Importer can avail the ITC on the basis of bill of entry. Is my point clear to all? But this thing you already know. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, people, tell me, importation of service means what? Supply is outside India. Recipient is in India. Place of supply is in India. It is importation of service. Importation of service. Section number 7(1)(b). Section number 7(1)(c). Schedule 1, fourth paragraph. It is what? It says supply. It says interstate supply. You guys recall everyone? Yes, sir. Section number 7(1)(b) and section number 7(1)(c). Section number 7(1)(b) says business purpose, non-business purpose, both purpose. It is supply. And section number 7(4) of your IGST Act, correct everyone, says what? Importation of service is always interstate. And Baba, what will come? IGST is levied. But people, when you read section number 5(3), reverse charge mechanism is applicable and RCM may you are liable to pay. People, I imported some service. I went ahead and paid GST under RCM. I have to issue a self invoice and pay the GST under RCM. After I pay, can I take ITC? Recipient will be liable to pay. Once he pays, he can take the ITC. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Do you remember interstate supply, IGST, but non-business purpose is exempted? But this exemption is not applicable for OIDR service. OIDR service taken by a business entity, registered business entity, pays under RCM. If you are an NTOR, non-taxable online recipient, they will collect and they will pay to the government. And hence, that time exemption is not there. OIDR services. I'll talk about OIDR services over here. When we spoke about OIDR service in GST supply chapter, we spoke very little. Today we'll talk little more detail. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, sir, importation of service from related person or own establishment outside India in the course of business without consideration is also a. Do you guys agree with me? Section number 7(1)(c). I'm linking everything now. It will be a interstate and IGST will come. You are required to pay GST under. After you go ahead and pay, you will be recipient will be liable to pay. When he pays, how will he pay? He will first raise a self invoice because the person who is supplier is unregistered person. You are liable to pay GST under RCM. You will raise a self invoice. Then you will pay, and after paying, you will get on the basis of self invoice. You can take the ITC. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, everyone over here, I have some important points with respect to bond-to-bond transfer. People, tell me one thing. Do you remember what is a bond-to-bond transfer? What's a bond-to-bond transfer? Your goods came in India. You transferred the goods to the warehouse. Correct, everyone? You filed a bill of entry and you transferred the goods to the warehouse and you gave a bond. Clear? You went ahead and sold your goods to your friend. When friend is going to clear the goods, he has to pay IGST. See, he will pay custom duty. He will pay custom duty on what value? On the transaction value only. Which transaction value, everyone? Section number 14, Customs Act wala. People, I'm talking about custom duty, social welfare surcharge. Hey, people, 1 minute. One minute. Everyone here, he will pay normally everything. Correct? When the change will come, when the total will come over here, he has to pay. This is 38 ka value. Might be this value is supposedly 5 lakh rupees, and you had sold the goods to him. Okay, 1 minute, everyone. Just a minute, people. People, over here now. What is the bond-to-bond transfer? Goods came within India. You transferred the goods to the warehouse. Correct? People, yes or no? You transferred the goods to the warehouse. Now what will happen? You had gone ahead and filed a bond and the goods transferred to the warehouse. Now you sold the goods to your friend. For an example, you sold the goods for 10 lakh. When he goes to clear the goods, all the things he will pay normally only. Baba, section number 14(1), whatever the transaction value between the outside ka guy, price paid or payable, everything will be normal only. But IGST he has to pay on what? 5 lakh or transaction value. What is the transaction value between you two? Which is higher? 10 lakh, and on 10 lakh the IGST will be collected. On 10 lakh the GST compensation cess will be collected, and this will be collected under the Customs Act. Always remember, sir, IGST will be always on value under 3(8) of the Custom Tariff Act or the transaction value, whichever is higher. Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir. We are all clear. Let's go ahead. Next. Now, there's something called a high seas sale. You know what's a high seas sale, everyone? Listen. Your goods, people listen. Your goods were there in the sea. It means they were dispatched from the US port. Okay? They were coming in the sea, or they had reached the custom port, but yet to be no bill of entry is filed. You have not filed the bill of entry for home consumption. You have not filed the bill of entry for warehousing also. And you went ahead and sold the goods to your friend. People, listen, listen, listen. You sold the goods to your friend. Might be you sold it for 10 lakh rupees. This is known as high seas sale. And in GST Act, high seas sale are neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Even bond to bond transfer is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Then where is IGST collected? Custom. Can you tell me in this case, when this guy will go and file the bill of entry for home consumption, on what amount he will have to pay custom duty, on what amount he will have to pay IGST? In this scenario, when it is high seas sale, remember IGST and custom duty always on the transaction value, that is the price paid by the buyer who filed the bill of entry for home consumption. It means what, everyone? It means on 10 lakh he will pay custom duty also, and then on that amount he will pay what? IGST also. But can you tell me in the earlier example what happened? Custom duty he paid on this guy's transaction value with the other guy. Custom duty he paid on the old transaction value only. Only IGST he paid on 3(8) ka value or transaction value, whichever is higher. But sir, whenever this is known as what, everyone? Bond to bond transfer. Remember one thing, in bond to bond transfer, when he is going ahead and clearing the goods, he will pay IGST, only IGST. Custom duty, normal calculation. Did you guys get it? IGST on 3(8) ka value or transaction value, whichever is higher. But everyone here, this is what? High seas sale. In high seas sale, because the first bill of entry is only filed by whom? Buyer. Baba, people, the buyer, he bought the goods for how much? 10 lakh. So Baba, he has to pay custom duty also on 10 lakh and IGST also on 10 lakh. Basically, custom duty will be calculated. On custom duty, again, whatever social welfare surcharge, total will be taken, and on that you will have to pay IGST. Got it? Did you understand the thought? Very, very important from exam point of view. High seas sale. People, 100% you got it. Difference, there is a difference between bond to bond transfer and IC sale. Can I go ahead? Everyone over here now. Next. Sir, can you tell me, everyone, goods went from China to USA. I went ahead and told him, bill it to me, but ship directly from here to here. The goods did not enter India. What is, when I am going ahead and supplying, what is the supply known as? It is merchant trading. It is also known as what? Merchant trading, or it is also known as one non-taxable territory to another non-taxable territory without the goods entering. Array, in GST it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. In customs also, Did the goods come India? How will the custom department catch? And hence, in GST also or Customs Act also, there is no GST which comes on this. There is no custom duty on this. Can I go ahead, everyone? That's all I wanted to tell you. Did you guys understand the third transaction? Third country. This is also known as what, everyone? In your exam, please remember. Third country, shipment. Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Means supply of goods from non-taxable territory to non-taxable territory without entering India is neither supply of goods nor supply of service, no GST, no custom duty, nothing. Everyone, these are all important points which I feel that you should remember. Everyone over here now. Then, sir, if importation of goods is done by an SEZ, you remember nature of supply chapter, the third chapter, I went ahead and told you this point. That, sir, whenever importation of service is done by an SEZ, it is exempted from IGST leviable under section number 37. Whenever SEZ imports, SEZ does not have to go ahead and pay any IGST. Whether it is importation of goods or importation of service, both pay. IGST is always exempted. Sir, where is service exempted? You told only goods here. Exemption chapter. Go to exemption chapter, everyone. In exemption chapter, the last chart which is there. Array, I'm now just connecting everything for you guys. That's all. In your exemption chapter, when you go to your exemption chapter, the last chart which is there, you will see over here. Services imported by an SEZ for authorized. Services imported are also exempted. These are your exemption. And goods imported, everyone, it is also exempted. Am I 100% clear to all? The next one over here is, sir, 100% export oriented unit. If they are going ahead and importing goods, always remember custom duty, GST, everything has been exempted. Can we go ahead, everyone? Chalo. Now, everyone, come to OIDAR service. I will teach you little about OIDAR service. You guys already know this. But I'm teaching people, what I am teaching you now is little more refinement of what you already know. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, they are talking about OIDR service. What do you mean by OIDR service? You think OIDR service is online information database access and retrieval service provider. Online, there's an information, there's some data which you can retrieve and access. And that is the service provided by Netflix, Amazon Prime, correct? But they have given the definition and told what is OIDR service, and they have included some service also. Are we clear? They are telling these services will be termed as OIDR service. Services. What do you mean by OIDR? Definition. Services whose delivery is mediated by information technology over the internet. Tell me one thing. Can you get Netflix service without internet? It is given. Can one person come and give you Netflix services? No. It is given over the internet through an electronic network or through an electronic network, plus the services of which, the nature of which renders it essentially automated. People, tell me one thing. If you want to see a movie at night, do you call Netflix or it is automated? You can open Netflix, automatically you can see the movie. You want to download some game from the internet, automatically you can go online to the website of the where the game is there and you can download. Then it is known as what? OIDR service. It involves minimum human intervention. Do you ever call Netflix saying, I want this, I want that? Unless there is a problem, you don't call them. So there is minimum human intervention, and it is impossible to ensure in the absence of information technology. Baba, tell me one thing. Can you have Netflix without IT network? It is not possible at all. Can I go ahead, everyone? And plus, they have now told, see, number one, they gave the definition of, they gave the definition. They told what? Number one, services. What is OIDR service? Service which the delivery is mediated through information technology or an electronic network. The nature of the service is essentially automated and minimum human intervention is there. And sir, it is impossible without IT. That is an OIDR service. Four things. Plus they told, please include in your OIDR service. What are the things? Included. They're telling even if you don't fall in the definition, which I told you, four things, correct? If you're not following definition also, still these things will be OIDR. What? Electronic service such as advertisement over internet. Google gave you Google ka AdWords. Google gives you advertisement service. You took it for your business. It's an OIDR service because it is included in the definition. Next, cloud service, iCloud, Google Drive services. What is all this? OIDR service, because in OIDR ka definition mein they included this. Can I go ahead, everyone? Then providing ebook. I give you ebook. What am I giving? I give you ebooks to read, right? What am I giving? I am an OIDR supplier, but we are not talking about domestic OIDR. As of now, we are trying. See, as of now, we are understanding OIDR. Whether domestic or international, we are understanding OIDR. But when we read section number 14 of the IGST Act, we talk about which OIDR? Outside wala OIDR. Can I go ahead? Baba, an Indian OIDR is a normal supplier. I'm a normal supplier. I'm not an OIDR supplier. I'll be called as a normal supplier. Normal provision will be applicable on me. Only an OIDR supplier from outside India. Section number 14 says that when you are supplying services to an NTOR, you have to collect under forward charge and pay it to the government. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Everyone, then, whenever you are giving music, people, whenever electronic services online, you are supplying music, Apple Music is there. They are an OIDR. Then, software, if somebody is supplying software online, then other intangibles through telecommunication network or internet. Baba, might be somebody is going ahead and supplying an online game. You downloaded it. He is providing you what? OIDR service. Providing data or information online, then retrieval or otherwise services, online supply of digital content, storage, gaming, all these are what, everyone? OIDR service. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, people, this you already know. Supposingly, there is a Netflix. I'm given Netflix example. Now we are understanding section number 14 of your IGST Act. Supplier is non-taxable territory. Recipient is in the taxable territory. If the recipient is other than NTOR, might be a business entity which is doing business and registered, then they will pay the GST under RCM. Recipient will be liable to pay GST under RCM. But sir, tell me one thing. If I am an NTOR, non-taxable online recipient, who is an NTOR, everyone? I've already told you, right? In chapter number 2. Government, local authority, governmental authority. If you are an individual, you are unregistered person, and you guys are receiving what? OIDR services for any purpose other than business, then you will be known as what? NTOR. Means supposingly you have gone ahead and taken some services from outside India, not for your business purpose, for your personal purpose, then in that scenario, OIDR will collect the GST and give it to the government. Can I go ahead? In that scenario, forward charge mechanism will be applicable. And whenever forward charge mechanism is applicable, OIDR is required to take compulsory registration in India. Registration ka application is REG 10 and he will be given a certificate in REG 06. I'm telling you everything. He will have to pay tax using his e-cash ledger, no ITC, and furnish the GSTR 5A monthly return by 20th of the next month. Annual return is GSTR 9A and reconciliation statement, they are not applicable on an OIDR. And you know what? When I taught you section number 13, of your IGST Act, I told OIDR services ka place of supply is location of. It means if OIDR services provided from outside India into India, what is the place of supply? India. Supplier is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India. It's an import of service. You are a business entity, you pay the GST under RCM. If you are not a business entity, they will collect from you. If you have taken for non-business purpose, they will collect from you and pay it to the government. You know how they go ahead and understand whether you are business entity or not. Practically how it is followed. They don't go ahead and see anything. If you put your GSTN number, when you take OIDR service, they will not charge you GST because you are required to pay GST under RCM. They understand that you are a registered business entity. If you don't put your GSTN number, they will charge you GST. In that scenario, you don't pay the GST under RCM. Did you guys understand, everyone? Whenever you go online, Google Drive services, put your GSTN number, they will not ask you GST. I will have to pay GST under RCM because I am a registered person. If you don't put your GST number, they will collect, they will show taxes. They will collect and they will pay it to the government. Did you guys understand this point? Next. Now, in OIDR service, I want to tell you one additional point. Tell me one thing, everyone. Where does an OIDR take registration? From outside India, he is going to provide service in India. He will have to take registration in India. All the states. नो बाबा नो. OIDR के लिए बैंगलोर में there is a basically Bangalore mein there is a jurisdiction which is there. I've told it in your textbook. Okay, everyone, when you read the textbook, you'll see Bangalore may they have to take registration and they will take a single registration and they will charge IGST. They will not take in every state registration. They will take a single, Baba, simplified process for them. Single registration they will take in India, collect IGST and pay to the. My point clear to all. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Everyone over here. Now tell me one thing. Listen, this is Akshat over here. Akshat developed one software. Okay, not Akshat. This is Peter. Peter in US. Peter developed one software and he put it in Google Play Store. Google Play Store is the broker. This is Akshat in India. Akshat downloaded a game from Google Play Store. Tell me one thing. Who is the OIDR? Who is required to comply with OIDR ka rules? Will Google Play Store comply or the supplier comply? Here they are telling Google Play Store is deemed as the supplier because he's an intermediary, he's a broker who is located in the non-taxable territory. See, he is a supplier in the non-taxable territory. Google Play Store is also in the non-taxable territory. But here, you, recipient, is in the taxable territory. If you are a registered person, pay the GST under RCM. For an example, you downloaded one game. You are not a registered person. Who will collect the GST? They will collect the GST, Google Play Store, and they will pay to the government. So here, Google Play Store will be liable. They will take registration, collect GST, and pay. Forward charge mechanism. Can I go ahead, everyone? But sir, can it be deemed that this person is the OIDR? For an example, when you download the game, Google Play Store does not give you invoice. Actual supplier gives you invoice. When you download the game, actual authorization is given by the supplier. When you download the game, actual payment goes to the supplier. Then who is the OIDR? Google Play Store or the actual supplier? They went ahead and told Ramesh, you have to see 4 conditions. PAIT. Do you remember PAIT? PAIT condition. Number 1, you have to see if the payment process is intermediary does not involve in the payment process, neither collects nor processes or is responsible for payment. Google Play Store is not collecting. Who is collecting? He is collecting the payment. Number 2, A, authorization. Intermediary does not authorize the delivery. Delivery is authorized by the actual developer. He authorizes the delivery. When you want no, he will authorize the delivery of the item. Then I, invoice, bill, receipt clearly identifies service and its supplier. Basically, his name is there in the service provider. Number 4, terms and conditions not determined by Google Play Store but by the actual developer or supplier of service. Tell me one thing. Number 1, payment. Number 2, authorizing of delivery. Number 3, invoice. Number 4, terms and conditions. If they are in his name, then who is the supplier? Actual supplier. He will be the OIDR providing services in India. He will be liable to take registration, collect the GST and pay to the government. Actually, you know what? OIDR case mein, there are 2 thoughts which are there in the market. There are 2 thoughts. Number 1, you know what? What I'll tell you little, okay, everyone? You see, here they are telling if recipient is NTOR, then what will happen? OIDR will be liable. But if NTOR is not there, other than NTOR, it means who is other than NTOR? A business entity has to pay GST under RCM. But you know what? Practically what is happening? Only business entities which are registered pay GST under RCM. Unregistered ka case mein always OIDR collects and pay. So there is a slight gap between actual law and practical following. Actual law says what? If you are a business entity, you have to pay GST under RCM. Registered, then RCM. Unregistered, take registration and pay. But practically what happens? If I am a business entity which is unregistered, if I don't put my GSTN number, OIDR collects and pays. So my liability is done. This law may flaw is there. It is not yet been rectified. Did you understand my thought, what I'm telling? But ignore it. For you, what is there? OIDR providing services to a business entity, RCM. OIDR providing services to other than business entity, NTOR, forward charge. Can I go ahead? You know practically what happens if you put your GSTN number, you have to pay GST under RCM. If you don't put your GSTN number, no, go to one OIDR website today. GoDaddy, buy one website, put your GSTN number over there. Take your client ka GSTN number, don't buy. Okay? When you put the GST number, no, you will see no taxes. It means they are telling you have to pay GST under RCM. But if you remove the GST number, no, then they will charge you taxes. It means they will collect and they will pay. Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Everyone, we are done with your imports under GST ka chapter. Congratulations, people.